All seven of my baby daddies left me. And honestly, you know what? Thank God. Because now I can rack up on them food.
Hold on, hold
Baby
on.
daddies left.
25-year-old mom plus 7 kids and 7 baby fathers. At 25 years old,
All seven of my baby daddies left me. And honestly, you know what? Thank God. Because now I can rack up on them food stamps and other assistance. And plus, they're all good. So I get $1,300 per kid every month. So shout out to y'all and y'all tax dollars. And at this point, I was honestly thinking, why not have seven more? Because I literally have no goals to be a wife, no husband, nothing. I'm just living my best life as a stay at home baby mama. Still here. Hi. If you've made it this far, I'm Danae, and
nope, 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 nope. We're running with that. We're running with that. I don't even want to hear the rest because y'all are dumb for this. So we're not going to get clarification as far as anything different than what you initially said. Because y'all try to come on here, y'all try to clickbait people, you try to say something crazy about your reputation, and then you're like, psych, did it? No, we running with that because you intentionally did that. You intentionally tried to mislead us to believe that about you. So we just gonna lock that in, and I don't even want to hear any clarification. People out here playing games with their own reputation. So if it's not true, too bad. You shouldn't have started with it.
Help from the government. I have 7 kids, and I am currently pregnant right now.
The caption says, point of view, 3K in food stamps and 7 kids by 7 baby daddies. We listen and we don't judge. Well, let's listen. That other part we'll see about that after we done heard what we need to hear.
7 kids, and I am currently pregnant right now with my 8th child.
If it isn't the mom with 7 kids from 7 different baby daddies, what's going on?
7 baby daddies and another one. I got 8 baby daddies.
Wait, you get 3K a month in EBT and you're pregnant with your 8th child with your 8th baby daddy. Okay.
We're getting 3K in food stamps. Yes, we are killing it, honey. We are killing it. No, I'm not ashamed.
You know, your kids' friends at school probably see what you post online. Like, do you think about how this makes them look? Like, what?
And get
I thought about that exact same thing. I thought about that exact same thing. Kids are not. Kids can be pretty cruel. Kids can be pretty cruel. And they definitely get their hands on this type of stuff. They can be pretty scrappy, resourceful, and they F around and will find some stuff. Especially, you got to understand why she's even coming on with this, right? It's kind of like the last lady who possibly was going to change up her story. And because I did see a man walking around her home, but it's like obviously coming on like this gains a lot of virality and a lot of views. So you want to be discovered. And what's going to F around to happen is the kids at your children's school is going to eventually discover it. And then what do you think is going to happen? You think they're just going to be empathetic about that and understanding about that? Or do you think at the very bare minimum they're going to have jokes? And see, jokes hit different when it's true. And so even if they, let's say it's not coming from a malicious place and this just coming from a joking place, to the people getting the jokes, if it's true, they may not be able to differentiate that in real time, especially when they're immature, i.e., children. So, do we think about that? As well as you're shaming your children, especially if you have sons. Don't think just because they're not grown men that they don't have pride. They have pride, and you're shaming them. You're shaming their reputation. Don't think just because they're young they don't have a reputation. They have a reputation. They're trying to build their identity. And you're making that difficult. But ultimately, you're embarrassing yourself and your whole family. And your kids are a part of that. And so I always thought about that too. Like when y'all come on here making this struggle content, kids don't want to be in school and everybody know that they struggling. Listen, y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, only takes a second and it helps out more than you know. And then also if you can hype the video as well. And I just dropped the clips channel, so I'll link and pin that in the top comments. So if you can go over there and subscribe to that channel, greatly appreciate it. Trying to get that to 4,000 watch hours before February 1st. But let's go ahead and get back into it.
Probably see what you post online. Like, do you think about how this makes them look? Like, what?
And getting help from the government. Why not get help from the government? I'm a single parent.
So the government isn't your daddy. And in fact, I think you have 8 baby daddies. You could probably ask for help instead of the government.
All of them on child support. So I'm getting all those child support checks.
I was thinking about
And
that
I'm
too.
getting my 3K and
I was thinking about that. I was already like, she's getting paid pretty good. She getting child support. I mean, from 7, 8 people. Goodness gracious. Sheesh. And she's getting the benefits, government assistance. Do they not factor in child support as far as your income when you're getting government assistance? Inquired minds want to know. But how do you just get to keep having kids? We're going to talk about it, but it's just egregious.
and I'm getting my 3K in food stamps.
3K a month in EBT, and you get child support.
I have a food stamp plug that helps me. Yes, a food stamp plug that helps me get 3K a month.
The plug in the EBT office is actually the 8th baby daddy, if you didn't know that already. So, yeah, be so for real.
I have 7 kids, and
You have a food stamp plug. So if it wasn't already fraudulent enough that you can even be on government assistance and continue to have kids. See, she's one of the very few that I can somewhat respect because I respect her because she came on and she told on herself. She told the truth because it's a lot of people who feel incentivized to have kids because of how that will enhance the amount of assistance that they receive, as we just saw in her case in multiple forms: child support, government assistance, the works. And so she admitted it. But I think there's a lot of people living like that with that philosophy and ultimately making those choices for those reasons. There's a lot more people than we know about because they're not dumb enough like her to come on here and disclose it. So not only is it fraud that she's saying that she has a food stamp plug, allegedly, who I'm assuming he's doing something on the paperwork because he works there. But I feel like for you to be on government assistance and then continue to have kids is fraud. That's fraud in itself. How do you come on here saying that you need help and that you're struggling, but yet you continue to show back up pregnant? See, we could have nipped this in the bud if after she had her first kid and she got on government assistance, if she came back at number 2 and they said, "What do you mean? You were already struggling. How did you find the time to have another kid?" Mm-mm. Listen, this is your first warning. You show back up here pregnant again, we gon' we're gonna interpret that as you don't really need this program because you're making your own life harder. So if you show back up here again, then you just gonna have to figure your own situation out yourself because you're deciding to have kids at that point. See, if we'd have did that after number 1 or number 2, we could have cut this off maybe at 3. Or she can just keep doing whatever she wants, but she gonna have to deal with it. But instead, we incentivize it. And that's why you see things get out of control to where people are having an outrageous amount of kids and ultimately an insane circumstance that you have to look objectively from the outside and be like, how can, and they're choosing to be single. So you look at it, you're like, how can you reasonably expect any single person who's not royalty to be able to take care of all these kids? But then the question becomes, well, why do you keep having them?
Hey y'all, welcome back to another single mom with 7 kids and a day of her life. When my car breaks down, I have to do it.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to another single mom with 7 kids. We don't see a problem with that, even the way that was framed from the beginning. Welcome back to another single mom. Hey, y'all, just another single mom with 7 kids and 7 baby daddies. Really? We having 7 kids with 7 baby daddies out here like it's just hotcakes or something? She's like, welcome to another single mom. Just another run of the mill, just another day.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another single mom with 7 kids and a day of her life. When my car breaks down, I have to do what's best for me and my kids. So if it
Oh, a
takes
car
for me
broke
to
down.
walk a mile or 2 miles to go to the grocery store, guess what? I will. But hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? To make it happen. So I had to come to Walgreens to get this tissue. Walgreens literally got tissue, 10 rolls for $6. And definitely they worth it. It lasts my house for at least probably like a week, almost 2 weeks. So that's really, probably I'm gonna say 2 weeks it lasts. So yeah, I got my handy dandy Monday. Yes, my kids' names is the days of the week. And Monday and Tuesday is here. Y'all
Gosh. Was this intentional now? Why do y'all make these decisions? I feel like she intentionally did this. I feel like she intentionally had all these kids now. What be going through y'all mind? So she has 7 kids by 7 baby fathers, and ironically, her kids are named after all 7 days of the week. I'm gonna be real. That doesn't that so that means that you were intentionally doing this. Because when you named your first child Monday, you knew you were still gonna go all the way through, all the way to Sunday. Or maybe you named your first child Sunday, which is the actual first day of the week, and you knew you was gonna go all the way to Saturday. So she intentionally had all these kids. Just for the trivial reason, so that she can name them after every day of the week. She has a kid named Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hey, ma'am, what's going through your mind? Nothing. And then by 7 different fathers. She'd have a different father for every day of the month for every month of the year if she could. But it's only 7 days in the week. So she had to stop there.
know we had to go ahead and get some water because it's really hot. It's about 90 degrees outside, and this boy literally got on a hoodie. I'm so tired of these teenagers with hoodies on. They make me hot.
Listen, we're gonna move on to something else. He probably got a hoodie on so that he can put his hood on when you start recording. Cause he looks like he's at least in high school now. So that can be extra embarrassing. And it's like, ma'am, why would he even want to be going to school and he can't focus on school because you want to create content about struggle, about how y'all struggling, and include them in there, show their face, even though people going to recognize you for who you are anyway. But you showing their face. So now he's in school or whatever, and maybe he has in the back of his mind that maybe some people may be looking down on him or whatever. He can't even focus. Listen, back to the pride thing. Back to the pride thing. See, no pride. You just do whatever you want in like everything's acceptable. As well as, like, if I'm the father, I'm going to court for at least my one kid, because each father only has one kid. I'm getting my one kid, and I'm telling the judge, I'm showing the judge all this. I'm like, Judge, she's making struggle content with my kids. She's exploiting my kids out here making the struggle version of Run's House. She trying to make her own little reality TV Run's House, but do it in struggle. No. You're not finna do that. She's not even really getting no views or nothing. She's making struggle content and it's not even really popping. I would be, man, these fathers need to come get their kids. You already, in my mind, are unfit when you tell me that you had 7 kids just so that you can name them after every day of the week.
Every month.
The caption says, "Wow, woman says she receives 3,500 in EBT food stamps for 7 kids and child support from 7 different men a month."
Family, it's your homeboy Nino, back with another video. Check it out, y'all.
I got $3,500 in food stamps. EBT food stamps. How much y'all got? How much y'all got? Every month, $3,500 in food stamps. How much y'all got? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, y'all need to chill. And I got 7 baby daddies. Yes, I'm not ashamed. I don't regret nothing. I don't regret my first child. I don't regret my second child, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. All of them are a blessing to me. And if you don't feel that way, that's not your problem. That's not your problem, because they're not your kids anyway. They're mine, not yours.
I'm gonna be real, man. Speaking about pride and just how you're embarrassing your kids, if that's not enough, y'all are embarrassing the community, man. Y'all are embarrassing the community. You got this white dude reviewing this, and you just being embarrassing. You delivering. Like, bring it, you're delivering. You brought it today. You bringing that ignorance that we're counting on you to deliver. And it's just a horrible representation. And so, how does this trickle down into all the things in life? Well, you see enough cases, you see enough situations. What do you think that does? That subconsciously puts a certain bias, or at the very least, a certain judgment, which then the entire community has to deal with and has to try to navigate and operate within. Because the ignorance is so far on the end of the spectrum, and there's so much of it. There's so much of this ignorant stuff like this that's just way outside of the realm of rationality. It's degeneracy. And then that reflects back on all of us, and we have to try to operate and still try to move out here. But there's going to be people with certain frames of reference of other people and just how ignorant you're behaving. It just reflects poorly. And it's like, why? You had the first woman, in my opinion, who was, see, before we finish this clip, let's just go back to that first one. Because remember, the first one, we didn't finish it. We didn't get to the end. She said she had the 7 kids with the 7 baby fathers, but I cut it off short. But to make this point, let's
All
just
7
go
of my
back
baby
to it.
daddies left me.
Hold on. Let's just go back and finish it.
All 7 of my baby daddies left me. And honestly, you know what? I'm Danae, and I'm really a wife and mother to 6 kids.
See,
and I
remember, she started off saying
7 of my baby daddies.
25-year-old mom plus 7 kids and 7 baby daddies. And she was acting like she's a single mom. And then we got here.
Baby mama. still here. Hi. If you've made it this
Still
far,
here.
I'm Danae, and I'm really a wife and mother to 6 kids. And I work full time, and I own an indoor playground. No food stamps or assistance or child support at all. And I only have one father to my kids, my husband, and we're living a good life over here. I know some of y'all think y'all are better than me, but to the ones who support me,
I knew she did that. That's why I cut it off, because I'm trying to make a point that people need to stop coming on here playing with their reputation, because the way that watch time and engagement works, people don't watch your whole video. It's only a small percentage of people that's going to watch it all the way through. But you're playing with your reputation. And she's a married woman. Dude, why are you letting your huh? What type of man, husband, would let his wife come online and pretend like his kids that he had with her, she had by 7 other men? And she puts that out there for views, which is ultimately to get more exposure. So she wants more people to think that she's doing that. But ultimately, why would you even want to see? People will try to get on people for talking about the craziness that we talk about or that we observe. But you got people maliciously and intentionally trying to highlight degeneracy within the community, even when that's not even their life. So where you could have been a great example and a great data point of a mother who got married and had all her kids with the same man, you decided to lump yourself in on the front end into the other side, which is a woman of the streets who's just having all these kids and being reckless with her body and ultimately with her reputation. Why would you even do that? And this is the problem. And this is what I mean. No pride. People with pride wouldn't even play with their reputation like that. Or more importantly, their husband's reputation, their family's reputation. Do you even think about how that reflects back on your husband? You got certain people out here, you got one side thinking that, knowing that y'all together, you got another side thinking that, oh, he's a sucker that got with some chick who had 7 kids by 7 fathers. Man. And the fact that he would even allow this to go on, it speaks volumes on him too, because women don't understand sometimes that you're a reflection of your man, whether you like it or not. So whether you like it or not, you're a reflection of your man. So the fact that you can come on here and do this, it reflects on him poorly, might I add.
That's not the problem because they're not your kids anyway. They're mine, not yours. Like, I don't get it. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, people just think that you can just talk on people and just discuss people's life. Like, who are you? What have you achieved with your life? My 7 kids, they're good. They're great. They're healthy. They're blessed. I'm able to pay for everything they need. If my baby daddies are not acting right, like, what? If a few of them are not acting right, the rest of them will. If 1 or 2 baby daddies not acting right, guess what? 3, 4, 5 of them will. And they'll come to my rescue and make sure, because they got these kids with me. And I make sure of that. So don't worry about me. Worry about y'all. Don't worry about what I got going on. My kids are great. Y'all need to, like, this is why we don't like the whole social media business. Because y'all just, like, putting your mouth where it don't concern you. Like, even if people post stuff, even if people show you stuff over their life or their children or whatever, it doesn't mean you have to necessarily comment all the time. You can keep your comments to yourself. Keep your opinions to yourself, especially if they're negative. Like, these are kids we're talking about. They're my kids. Leave kids alone. Like, leave kids alone. Like, I love all my kids. I love all my baby daddies. We are happy. We are blessed. We are good. We have no problem. So I don't know why you guys keep talking about me. I don't know why you guys keep having to say something. Like, it's really getting overwhelming at this point. It's really getting overwhelming at this point. Like, y'all need to just, like, Learn to chill, shut up, and do you. Live your life. Nobody's complaining to you. Nobody's coming to you over your life. Nobody's trying to comment over what you're doing. Me and my 7 kids are blessed, honey. And thank God I don't even look it. I don't even look it. You won't even guess that I have 7 kids. You won't even know that I got 7 kids. Talk about 7 baby daddies. Say nothing to me. Don't say nothing about my life. I'm happy. We blessed. We good. Don't worry about us. I know there's going to be haters. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people talking back. There's always going to be people that want to say something like, and it's just like, y'all always got something to say. And it's so annoying. Like, I'm over here living my life. I made my choices. I rock with it. I have no regret. I regret nothing. I love all my kids. I love all my baby daddies. Listen, and if one's not doing the job, like I said, the other one will. Shoot, if 2 not doing the job, 3 of them will. So, like, just keep my name out of your mouth. Like I said, there's going to be haters because I see y'all in the little comments and I see y'all talking about me and I see y'all keep mentioning me in your mouth. And even with my baby daddies, then I don't see the reason of your guys' input. I don't care. Stop talking to me about it. You people always got something to say. Worry about you. Worry about what you're going through. Worry about you being broke. Don't worry about me. I'm good, honey. I'm good over here. Thank you. Shoo.
Cuckoo. Cuckoo. I just let her get it out because she clearly needed to. Listen, if you got to go on a rant like that, talking to yourself, you got some insecurities about your own situation, probably some regrets, and now you projecting. She making up comments and making up things. So you watch them. So you pay very close attention and you care about them because you came on here like this. But at the end of the day, I find it amazing that she'll have 7 kids by 7 fathers, taking advantage of the system, taking advantage of the system on both ends, child support, government assistance, and that's just what we know. And she'll still go to court. And the man who only has one of the kids with her, meanwhile, she's still going to have a household of 7. A man that only has one kid, they'll still say that she's more fit to be a parent, the main parent, and she'll still be able to keep custody unless she just does something completely outrageous. Completely outrageous. Ain't that amazing? They'll still deem her the best fit parent, even though the man would only have one kid and he could actually put all his focus into his one kid. And the statistics already show that kids come out better when they have their father in their life, whether the mother's there or not. And they will still say that she's more fit just because they want to be able to capitalize financially. And that would be the way to do it, because how are you going to get child support for the guy if she's already on government assistance with 6 kids? But it's much easier to have her with all the kids and then be able to collect child support from this man who doesn't have no kids and can work a lot. Ain't that amazing? I thought so. Y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice, if you want to hype, to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it will show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content, and also even exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join button's on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.